Hi everyone, welcome to Do Daily Thursday Thoughts, the live episode. Des here. I say live, but it's not the usual format this evening. Usually I do your questions, try and offer my opinions and thoughts about whatever you've got on your mind, try and create some interaction. But this evening I've not a chance to put anything together and just thought it'd be a great opportunity to check in as much as anything. If you've been following Do Daily, you will know this week I've not actually been on since Monday, a week in which I started in a really positive frame of mind, really pleased to be doing all the things I'm doing, which is still the case, but I'll come back to more about the way I'm feeling and why I'm doing it this way shortly. What I will say is if you could give this episode a thumbs up, if you do want to comment and interact, if you've got anything to ask me, anything to comment on, I'd really appreciate you getting involved. I'll just pop up the social media links for myself, Do Running and Do Daily, all the things that I kind of look after, my babies, so to speak. Of course, this is my channel where I try and offer an honest and relatable take on how I go about things, get them right, get them wrong. Sometimes they're indifferent, and I try and explain why. Do Running is the running group I lead here in Nottingham, which is a real sort of passion of mine. Of course, running is an encouraging activity is a big part of this channel too, as well as trying to be positive and enthusiastic about the things we do. And if you want to follow me on any of my own social media, please check me out. You won't find me behind an egg or a silly name at Des Oldham, and I'll be happy to get in touch. What I will say this week, a few people have got in touch. I always mention on a Thursday how grateful I am for that. Whilst people tend to want to speak to me about issues they're having and mental health, it's nice to be that point of call, to have that trust in people that they feel that they can reach out. That's something I'm always encouraging. Part of the reason I do the channel is to promote good mental health, to try and encourage positive well-being, and just keep checking in with ourselves. I use myself as an example, no one else. So like I say, if you can get behind that, it'd be absolutely fantastic. Any likes, any subscriptions would be amazing. Any comments I can read out and get people involved too. So thanks for watching. Like I say, it is different tonight, and the reason I am checking in is because it has been an indifferent week. I would have liked to have been on, and after Monday, where it was all really good. I set myself a little target of getting up early on Tuesday morning and getting in a long run, because running is always the thing that I go to when I'm not feeling great. Or at the moment, I'm training for London Marathon, and I was just tiptoeing around this long run a little bit. Thankfully, I did get up on Tuesday morning. It was kind of the start of a really busy couple of days for me. Got in 15 miles, a little bit frustrated by my Strava. It cut a little bit of that off. Didn't help me mid-run when I realised I'd lost a few miles, but I did it, and that's all that matters. I got it done before breakfast, had a busy day at work. Well, there's one or two trying situations, but that's work, isn't it? And then I headed off to Leeds and the football, getting back after midnight, and a really tense and emotional evening. Watching Forest, it tends to be like that at the moment. They're struggling just a little bit. So it was a really long day Tuesday. I was hoping to get on when I got home, but I was just so tired. And it would have been good in many ways, because I could have highlighted the way I was feeling and that sort of emotion and that understanding that it was a busy day. I was fitting everything in. It's important for me to do that right now. Of course, I can't keep putting this long run off for the training. We can't avoid work, and I love my football regardless of how it turns out. I take so much from it. So I have to do those things, especially when I was feeling in a positive frame of mind going into Tuesday. What it has done a little bit, if I'm really honest, it's just knocked me sideways a little bit. Really tired yesterday. After not quite a full night's sleep, I got enough sleep to justify getting up and going to work and getting about things again. And it feels like I'm being made to work at the moment, but that's fine. Again, I keep reiterating that point, but I'm still in a learning process, and that can be quite taxing. And then I had the running club last night where perhaps looking to make 1 or 2 changes, perhaps forced into 1 or 2 things. So that's absolutely fine. It's all stuff, but again, I wanted to come on last night, but what I really needed was just half an hour. I actually went off to the pub and had a pint on my own. Not supposed to be drinking too much at the minute, but kind of give up on that a little bit as well when I'm feeling tired. It's just helping me relax. Just that touch. Don't get me wrong, it's not the answer. I do encourage well-being. I do encourage activity and doing things, but a little indulgence and accepting when we're not feeling great. 1 or 2 things that just might make us feel a little bit better. So last night I had a pint, reflected on 1 or 2 things, started turning my thoughts to 1 or 2 things, but I was really, really tired. And then in the middle of the night, at 3:20, rather bizarrely, all the fire alarms at home went off. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't get them off. Eventually, we just turned the trip switch off and left it. We've got to sort that, of course, because that's a health and safety hazard. But it just seemed like everything's coming at once at the moment. So going into the weekend, another really, really busy day, trying to get stuff sorted for the weekend, not to come back to too much after. It's always good to prepare ourselves to have a fresh start after short mini breaks, so we're not sort of getting over it too quickly, making the most of it, enjoying it, and not dreading what's coming next. So I was trying to get stuff done. And then when I did get done, I just said to Kate, let's take the dog out. Let's go somewhere slightly different. Go for a walk. Enjoy some fresh air. Always planning on doing the questions, but it didn't happen because we just really, really enjoyed our walk. And of course, activities are a massive thing I encourage. And for my own well-being, it's been so important over the last 7 years, the running especially. But as you know, on a Friday morning, I'll wake up to walk. I'll talk about the importance. But it was really, really important tonight as well. We was only going to go for a quick walk for an hour, half an hour, 45 minutes, an hour, whatever, max. But we ended up out for a couple of hours, beautiful evening after a rainy day as well. It's been a miserable week, hasn't it? So I guess that's not helped some of the tiredness. It's been a bit gloomy, but getting that walk in, I felt really good for it. So I felt I could come on and whilst I'm checking in, do what I need to do. Say what I need to say that it's not been perfect, because it hasn't. There's lots of things that could have been different, but I'm doing what I do. I do what I enjoy, and I know just around the corner things will be fine. Don't get me wrong. I'm not feeling particularly sad or negative or downbeat. It's just the tiredness is setting a little bit. And I think sometimes when we're tired, we just got to make sure that we do the things that really help. Do Daily helps me, of course, because it gives me a chance to process my thoughts. It gives me a chance to say things out in the open, which I believe in communication. I encourage people to talk to me, and this is why I speak back, even if it is sort of in one direction at times. It's important for me to do. But tonight, the most important thing was to get that fresh air, get some time with Kay in a week where it's been wall to wall almost. Like I say, the Tuesday, didn't see Kay or the dog all day. Yesterday, 1 or 2 situations that made me just want to take a bit of time for myself. It was important this evening to start the weekend as I plan to go on. Tomorrow, really, really looking forward to a walk with a running club, retracing my steps across the Robin Hood Way, which I vlogged for Do Daily. Check out that playlist. I vlogged all 112 miles a couple of years ago now, during lockdown, every Friday morning. Was it lockdown or sort of started in lockdown and after? But charted my progress through that. Really enjoyed doing it. Felt really emotional when I got to the end. When I did, I decided to take the guys on it on each of the bank holidays. We're about 3/4 of the way through now, so I've nearly completed it twice, but it's still absolutely amazing. And on a bank holiday, we say it every time amongst ourselves, perhaps a hardcore group between sort of 8 and 12 of us that tend to do it. We always say, what a way to spend it. because sometimes we'd waste those days, wouldn't we? It's about getting up, attacking the day and giving it a go. So wake up to walk tomorrow should be interesting. It should be from a different place, although, like I say, I have been in those places before where I'll be tomorrow, but it'll give me more purpose with the video, and it'll make me feel like I'm doing what I'm supposed to do again. 4 days off. Everybody loves an Easter bank holiday. You know, when we get the extended break, we don't need to take any annual leave. I'm planning on not doing too much after that. Going to football on Saturday, another long run. I hope I'm feeling a lot less tired by Sunday. So if I can get some break between now and then, use the fresh air like I have today, time on my feet again tomorrow is great training towards a marathon. Be really, really positive. People will be enjoying what they're doing. I'll be enjoying my company, their company, sorry. And then on Saturday, just taking it steady as I go to the football before that long run. And like I say, that just sounds like another perfect weekend to me. You know, why would I be fed up about what's gone before? Busyness is part of life. It's not unique to me. You know, we can stress sometimes and get a little bit bogged down and think that everybody's out to get us and this is the way it is. But it's not, is it? It's just nice to be doing the things we do. And it's nice to receive comments, actually. Some comments here. Eve says, good evening, Des. Hope you're well. Didn't get to see you on Saturday, but she will be at the last home game against Arsenal. Apologies for that, Eve. I had to leave late. Again, just lots of things to do, so I didn't get over. But yes, we'll definitely meet up before the end of the season. Kay says, hi, everyone. Hi, Kay. Eve's back on saying, I've been doing a lot of exercise and I'm getting frustrated because I'm struggling to lose weight. It's trying hard. It's not easy, Eve. I'm trying to lose weight as well. I'm doing really, really long runs. But again, if I want that little bit of extra indulgence, you know, we know what we have to do. We have to work on the diet as well as the exercise, a bit of both. And it really comes together. It's starting to work for me. I've lost weight. But I mentioned the drink. If I'm honest, I've got a cheeky one here as well. Just to see in the weekend. Why not on a bank holiday after a busy week? You know, but again, it's about what you want more, isn't it? You know, at the moment, I feel pleased with myself for losing weight. And Peter drops a comment there. Hi, Des, hope you're well. Hopefully you picked up on what I've said here, Peter. I'm good. I'm really good. Thanks for watching. Really appreciate your support. But yeah, I'm good. I'm just dealing with what's coming up at me. And then there's lots of things. Like I say, some of it's quite trying, quite testing. But because I can get out there, I can run, I can enjoy what I'm doing, you know, I can come on here and say what I need to say. It kind of resets me. And that's a great feeling to have. I was just talking to somebody at work today about a job application they're putting in and how we all should use really, really positive words. Sometimes when we talk like this, when I talk about the things I do here, it perhaps comes across a little bit cheesy and a little bit like, oh God, what's he talking about now? But we have to be, don't we? Because like I said, there's lots of things that are sent to try us. We can't always control what other people want or do or say, you know, but what we can control is the way we portray ourselves. And for me, it's about being positive. Whatever crappy, difficult, you know, horrible at times situation creeps up on us, we just got to keep looking forward to what we do. And I mentioned my weekend, that time off, time to relax, time to do the things I enjoy whilst being relaxed and chilled out and around people I enjoy doing it with is exactly what I need. Do you know, and we can't ask for much more. And I just wanted to come on and say that it's pretty much along the lines of what I say a lot of the time. But as I keep saying as well, Do Daily is just a reminder of how we can turn some negative situations into a positive, you know, how we can communicate. I mentioned receiving some comments earlier in the week. I shared one or two of those on my Instagram stories and things like that, not to show off, not to say, look at me, to show other people that they can get in touch too. I can't perform any miracles here. I can't tell people the right answer all the time, but what I can do is be a good set of ears, somebody who listens and takes it all in, and somebody who, despite everything, and it feels like a lot's been thrown at me, if I'm completely honest, can keep calm and level-headed about it. When everybody else is losing their head, we have to keep on it, don't we? And show that we can get through any situation and really, really push forward. Hope those looking in have taken something from what I've said. Like I say, I really do appreciate your support. I appreciate you listening to me for the best part of 20 minutes, talking about how it's been. But it's important, guys. It's a time of year, isn't it, that the nights are getting lighter. There's more, that it's getting a bit warmer. There's lots to be positive about as the summer creeps up on us. I've got things to look forward to, like the marathon training, hopefully Forest staying in the Premier League, and just enjoying my running again, just enjoying the things I do. I say it every single week. I say it every single episode, possibly. This is not about encouragement to do activity. It's about encouragement to do the things you do. I just find a real passion that I can use to get me through most situations. So if you can find that, if you're struggling, that's where I'll encourage the activity. A walk, wake up to walk in the morning, get out and do that. I'll be doing it across North Notts, walking from Cresswell Crags to through Columba Park to the A60 to a place called Elkersley, getting public transport there and back. It's all part of an adventure. So really, really looking forward to it. And again, it just sort of finishes a week which could have knocked me out my stride in a really good place, and somewhere that I can use to take forward. Say it all the time at this time. It's about winding down to the weekend, looking forward to the things I really enjoy, and making sure I use anything that's worked to take into the new week. Whilst things change, things happen, things are sent to testers, that's life, isn't it? And that's what it's about. Comment here from Mr. Dawes. See you at Villa. Make sure you won. I'll be doing both of those. It's interesting that he mentions that actually whilst I go to the football, which is obviously Aston Villa in Birmingham, as Mr. Dawes mentioned, I'll be doing my park run. Again, tying it all in together, doing my pre-match run. Doesn't mean anything, does it, to a fan doing a pre-match run? But what it does for me, it adds that accountability. Make sure the day is filled with the things I do. I love my park runs. I love doing them in different places. There's all sorts of little challenges on an app within those. I'll be ticking another one of those off. So again, the small wins. And when it's been difficult, that's what it's all about. So have a great bank holiday weekend, guys. I'm not quite finished yet for the week. Of course, I'll check in every day when I do actually check in at the moment. Do daily is supposed to be that daily reference point that we can look in at and just feel a little bit better about ourselves. So just try and use me as a little bit of a sounding board where people not copy what I do, not follow my lead, but see where I might have got it wrong and then make their own decisions from there. And I really, really appreciate that. Nice comment there that always makes me feel good. No, I'll make no bones about it. Peter says, another great blog, Des. Really appreciate that. Really, once again, Peter, really appreciate seeing a different name up here and people looking in. Again, I will urge you to hit that like button. It takes 2 seconds. Please subscribe. Got a bit stale on that front. Not done quite as much content elsewhere as Mr. Dawes know. And he was a massive help with that. I've just got a bit stale on the subscribers front. So I know I've got to be a little bit more consistent. And some of these situations I've got to iron themselves out. But I'll keep working on that. And that's what it's about, isn't it? Whatever's tested me this week, you'll have heard me. It's a cliche on here by now. We go again. And that's all we can do. I'll be going again in the morning, wake up to walk, bright and early. Looking forward to putting a vlog together for that as well. That'll be on tomorrow evening. To start the weekend, have a great one. Really, really appreciate it. One more comment coming in there. Sean, awesome video again. Really appreciate that as well, Sean. Keep getting in touch, guys, wherever you can. Like I say, all that social media, I will always reply, no matter how serious or silly it is. Sometimes all we need is someone to talk to, and that's the most important thing. Until tomorrow, just doing it.